explain new topic. The topic name is Pivot Animator 1. Learning objectives. After completing the chapter, you will learn to understand the concept of frame by frame animation, to use different control of a pivot animator, to create a frame by frame animation using Pivot Animator. Using animation using Pivot Animator. Animation using Pivot Animator. Animation is the process of displaying a series of a still image slightly different from each other in a rapid sequence to create the impression of movement. Means animation is the process of displaying the series. It must be slightly different from each other. Second, the Pivot Animator is a free software that helps you create an animation by using a series of a frame. Pivot Animator is a free software, and with the help of that software, you can create a series of frame and make a one beautiful animation, movie or video. It allows you to create and animate stick figure as well as graphic image. With the help of the software, you can create animation stick figure, means a 2D stick figure, and you can create a graphical image also. This stick figure contains red and orange color dots that are also known as handle. The stick figure having two different types of dot. One is red color dot, and second one is orange color dot. That dot is called handles. You can rotate or moving the stick figure by dragging this handle. With the help of this handle, you can drag and move the stick figure. See, this is the stick figure. This is the 2D stick figure. The red dot, it is used to move the part of stick figure, and the orange dot, it helps to move the stick figure from one place to another place and rotate the image. There are different types of contents: frame controls, frames, timeline, stick figure, player controls, background, add figure, and figure controls. Now we are learn this all are contents in computer lab or home. This all content help us to make a beautiful animation. Timeline. Timeline, it shows all the frames that are used to create an animation. This is a timeline. This is a timeline, and these all are frame. These all are frames. You can see the frames are slightly different from each other. It's a frame. Now, frame. Each frame refers to an individual image in a sequence of an image that is displayed at a specific time in the animation. A sequence of frame create an animation. This is the sequence of a frame, and this sequence of a frame is create animation. And you can see a slightly difference in each and every frame. Now, frame controls. Frame control. Frame. This is the frame control box. And now we are learning about frame. Frame. It shows the number of the frames that is being edited on the timeline. See, you can see the number. This is the total frame number. You are added 3 frames in a timeline. If you are adding 9, so it shows the 9 number. If you are adding 10 frames, so it shows the 10. Okay, so it means it shows the number of frames. Then repeat. The value entered in the repeat box decide the number of times a frame should be repeated while playing the animation without making duplicate frame. Without making duplicate frame, if you want to repeat the same frame for a 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, so that time you can use the repeat option. A frame is repeated mainly to slow down an animation without the need to create duplicate frame. Then open screen of Pivot Animator. This is the frame control. Now we are going to learn this option. This option is, first one is delete selected frame, copy selected frame and paste selected frame. See, delete selected frame, it is used to delete selected frame. If you want to delete any frame, so you need to select that frame and then click on this red cross button. It means delete selected frame button. Now, if you want to copy the same frame, so you have to select it and then use this option for copy the selected frame. Then after copying the selected frame, you need to paste that frame. That time you can use paste selected frame. Background. It allows us to add a background to the animation. If you want to add any beautiful image or beautiful background in your animation, so that time you can use this option. But before adding the background, you need to load the background first in the application using the file load and background option from the menu bar. Before adding any background, you need to load same background in that application, means Pivot Animator application. And this is the button to add the background in our animation. It adds a default figure to the animation. When you start the Pivot Animator, so that time you can see our default stick figure is there. So that is the default figure. But if you want to add more figures or a different figures, so that time you can use add figure button. If there is more than one figure type in the animation, a figure type selector window appear that allow you to select the desired figure types. There are two segments. One is line segment or a circle segment. This is the line segment and this is the circle segment. There are two types of segments that are connected by pivot joint. This red color dot is called pivot joint. This red color dot is pivot joint and this is also pivot joint. Step while moving stick figure. To move the entire stick figure, click the origin handle. See, this orange color dot is called origin handle. If you want to move the whole stick figure from one place to another place, so that time you can hold that orange dot, means origin handle, and click and drag the segment handle present at the end of each segment with a mouse to rotate it around its pivot. Okay. This is the segment handle. This red dot is segment handle. Pivot joints segment handle. While editing a frame, when you move the stick figure using any of its handle, A shadow-like semi-transparent figure is seen on the screen. When you drag any segment of a stick figure from any direction, so you can see a transparent, semi-transparent skin. That skin is called onion skin. That skin is called onion skin. The arrow key are used to move the selected figure accurately by increments of 1 pixel at the time. It means if you want to move your stick figure accurate position, so that time you can use arrow button key. Upward arrow, downward arrow, left arrow, right arrow. You can use this arrow key for moving your object accurate place. When the stick figure is deselected, all its figure handle will appear in blue. This is the selected image and this is deselected image. When you deselected image, that time your image is looking like this with blue dots. But when you select your image, so your image is looking like this, red dot and orange dot. You can create an animation by using the given figure controls. This is the figure control. You can control your figure with the help of this option. Delete. It deletes the selected figure. If you want to delete the selected figure, so you have to click on this red cross button. Edit. If you want to edit, it's open the selected figure for editing. It's open the selected figure for editing. So this is the editing option. You can delete, you can cut, you can paste any segment in your stick figure. Then flip. Flip. It flips or mirror the selected figure horizontally. Flip means rotate. Flip means rotate. Like a mirror pattern or opposite direction. This is the flip. It flip or mirrors the selected figure horizontally. Flip horizontally. Copy. Copy is the selected figure. If you want to copy a figure, so that time you can use this option, copy option. Then paste. After copy any figure, you can paste on any place for stick figure. Color. Color. It changes the color of the selected figure. If you want to change the color of your stick figure, so you can change it. So that time you can use this color option. Then center figure. It moves the selected figure toward the center of the frame. To create an animation, we need to make a series of a frame. This is the important point. If you want to create any animation, so before creating an animation, you need to make a series of a frame. You have to make a series of a frame, which each frame is slightly different from the previous frame. Each and every frame slightly different from previous frame. The starting screen of Pivot Animator show a stick figure in the center of the default frame. When you start Pivot animation, so you can see a one default stick figure on the center of the screen. Step or animating stick figure. Move the stick figure using its handles, or use a different figure controls to edit the figures. If you want to move the figure, so you can use two handles, two dots. One is red dot and second one is orange dot. Okay, this 2 dot is used to move the stick figures. Or if you want to make a new frame, new stick figure, so you can uh, edit the stick figure, or you can create a stick figure with the help of controls. Then click the add frame option to the add this frame to the timeline. If you want to add a same frame in a timeline, so you have to click on add a frame option. When you click on add frame button, so your frame will add it in a timeline. See, this is your frame. This is a frame, and this is also frame. This frame added in a timeline. This is the timeline. Repeat step 1 and 2 till you create all frame required in the desired animation. Repeat 1 and 2 step till you create all frames required the desired animation. Like this. See. And you have to do some slightly changes in your frame. Do some slightly changes. Playing an animation using player control. Playing an animation using player controls. Play. Plays the animation from the beginning or the selected frame. If you want to play your animation from beginning or the selected frame, that time you can use this play button. Stop. Stop the animation from playing and return to the selected frame. If you want to stop your running animation, playing animation, so you can use stop button. It will stop and it's return to the selected frame. Loop. Loop. Place the animation again and again continuously until the stop button is pressed. If you want to play your animation continuously without stopping, so that time you can use loop option. You can see this option, loop option. Click on that option and play the animation. So your animation is playing continuously. It is used to set the playing speed of the animation. Yes, you can control the speed of your animation. If you want to run it slowly, so you have to scroll the bar downward direction, and if you want to run the animation very fastly, so you need to scroll upward direction. So your animation will play very fastly, and you move this scroll bar downward direction, so your animation will play very slowly. Saving an animation. This is the important point in whole presentation or a whole animation or a whole any documentation or any application. Step to save an animation. Click the file menu and select the save animation option. Then type file name in the file name text box. See here. You have to type file name here. This is the file name text box. Then after typing the name, click the save option to save your file. After typing the name, you have to click here after type the name. Default file format, and the pivot animation default file format is .piv. This is the default file format. In this format, your project, your pivot animation file will save. to save the image as an animated GIF, if you want to save the image in GIF format or AVI video format, so you need to select export animation from the file menu and save the. You can open the .piv file in Pivot Animator using the file menu and then click on open animation option for making changes to it. If you want to make some changes, so you can open the same file with the help of file menu. After click on file menu, you have to click on open animation. When you click on open animation, your previous file, your selected file will be open and you can do changes in it.